In today's video, we're flying Delta One Suites from Seattle to Taipei. We'll look at the food, hard product, and take you through our whole day of travel. Big favor before we dive in though is to hit the like button to help with the algorithm, and subscribe if you like travel. Our trip starts in San Francisco at the Club SFO. This is one of the newest lounges for the airport and also accessible with Priority Pass. The flight up to Seattle is about 2 hours and 15 minutes. We have Delta Diamond status and luckily got a same-day upgrade to domestic first class, but seated separately. Not the craziest seat, but still pretty comfortable. Think 2x2 lazy boy with a fancier headrest and more room for your trunk instead of the standard 3x3. Also got a welcome drink of orange juice. In case you're curious, the tray is also bigger and has a midway fold, so you can have it two ways. This is in contrast to the standard plastic ones that come from the seat in front. Since this is a longer flight, they provide breakfast for first class. Here we have a bacon and egg sandwich. It's okay and nothing to write home about, but hard to complain when it's a free upgrade. Since I did an all-nighter before leaving, time for a nap. One of our goals for this trip was to check out the Seattle Centurion Lounge. Depending on when you're flying, I'd recommend putting down your name and then just walking around. The wait can be 15 to 45 minutes.
Okay, so the Centurion Lounge does have a 45-minute wait. It's right behind us. So instead, we're going to go to the Delta Sky Club first.
Little did we know Delta had even more people. Even though we just got off a Delta flight since our next one wasn't within 3 hours, they turned us away due to capacity. Lucky for us, after walking around for 10 minutes, we got the text from the Centurion Lounge. In terms of location, it's on the mezzanine level of the central terminal, above all the restaurants.
Okay, so we're at the Centurion Lounge in Seattle, and this is probably the best one we've been to. We've been to a lot of them too, which is crazy, but there's really good food. There's also kind of like a barista area, so it's pretty artisanal. In addition, they also have special order food, which is a nice touch compared to a lot of other lounges where it's more just buffet style. You still do have the buffet options, and pretty solid overall, lots of options. So for example, 2 different types of sausages instead of just one. The vibe is also pretty nice. It kind of reminds me of the Hong Kong one, where it's kind of on top of the main area, so you have like this outside area and there's kind of interior little sections as well. It currently is breakfast time, so let's dive into it and we'll kind of transition afterwards and see what lunch looks like. Note that for the coffee shop there are also different items for morning and afternoon, so 11 is going to be that cutoff time. Let's try the pork sausage. Pretty tasty. Chicken sausage. Maybe a little overcooked, but pretty tasty. Kind of has a honey appleness to it. I actually really like it. I think Mandy's on a fence with it. That's fine. Potatoes. It's okay. A little mushy. French toast. Not bad, but I've had better. I can kind of tell that it has been sitting there for a bit. Next one's a biscuit. Dang, that's really good. Mandy, you need to taste this. She doesn't like it.
Yum.
To me, it's really good.
Peanut butter, banana, and pomegranate on a biscuit.
Apple pie smoothie. Pretty sweet. Not sure if it's healthy for you, but it tastes really good. Flat white. That's a good flat white. Let's try the pear thing. That's really good. It's pretty much a poached pear on top of cheese, like Beretta cheese. That's delicious. That's way better than a buffet, so I would strongly recommend getting this if you like something that you would probably get at a restaurant. Wow, that's just really good. Like, I would not expect this from a lounge. That's delicious. Mandy, give this one a taste.
This one's pretty good. Get this one.
Try the cheese.
You have 10 minutes to get another one.
I told you to take a small bite, not eat the other half of it. Then we try the chocolate tofu and then double dip on any of the good ones. I don't think I'm a fan of this one. Or if I knew it was just chocolate pudding, I think I'd be fine. I think the fact that it's chocolate tofu for me feels weird. Yeah, if it's chocolate pudding, I think that makes sense to me. I think when I heard tofu or when I read tofu, I was expecting something else. Yeah, it's good. Oat log latte. So I think it's an eggnog latte with oat milk.
It smells good.
Do you like it or not really?
Yeah, I like it. It feels like it needs like a spike of whiskey in there or a rum.
Okay, good to know. Also ended up getting the overnight oats, which look pretty interesting. So a lot more in there than what I would normally expect. To the point it doesn't feel healthy. I feel like whenever I do overnight oats, it's a bit more plain. It's tasty. Yeah, a lot in here. Okay, it's time for lunch and I got a bit of everything. We have pasta, chicken, I took some cheese from the salad bar, and also beans. Let's start with the pasta. It's okay, very cheesy, which is nice, but otherwise not that inspired. Like, it tastes like a buffet one. Green beans. Still buffet ones, but they're pretty good, so they're just well done, a lot of different flavors. Also a bit of citrus to it too, so like it's really well balanced. So in contrast, the pasta was very singular, like you knew it looks exactly like it tastes, but this like has kind of a citrus tone to it, or lemon or something. Really good. Perfectly roasted, good flavor, maybe a bit too much kick to it, but has levels to it, so it's not singular. Hopefully that makes sense. Cheese as kind of a palate cleanse. It's fine. Finally, the chicken parm. It doesn't look the best, but it is pretty tasty. Maybe even a bit too tasty. Like it's, for me at least, it's a bit over seasoned. I feel like they could use a bit less salt, but it's good. Like I feel like I would need some white rice or something else that's a bit more bland to balance it out. Yeah, a little bit too salty, but still good.
There are premium cards that grant you access to the Centurion Lounge, but I'd highly recommend running the numbers. I'll link to some calculators down below so you can do the math. If they're a fit and you want to learn more, we have links on AskSebby.com and also down below in the description box. Make sure the links are competitive, but otherwise, they're a huge way to support the channel, so thank you in advance.
Today we're flying Delta One Suites from Seattle to Taipei.
The cabin is a 1-to-1 configuration, with the side seats offering a lot more privacy. If you're traveling by yourself, that's probably your best bet. The middle seats are great for couples or families traveling together, since it's easier to talk, watch movies together, or share food. If you're by yourself and in the middle, don't worry. There's a partition you can raise. This is also useful if you need time away from player 2. This route is one of the more affordable transpacific options, with round-trip business class around $3,600 or about $1,800 per way on the very, very low end. It's not the cheapest, but that's not too shabby for business class. If you're not a deal seeker though and unwilling to compromise on dates, then standard is usually in the $9,000 range. Your mileage may vary, but for us, it's about getting the most bang for our buck, whether it's cash, points, or miles. We were lucky to find it for less than 100,000 Delta miles per way, which is a great redemption in my book.
Also, in case you're wondering, because a lot of people you do have to wear seatbelts in business class. In fact, you even have one more seatbelt than normal. It's pretty much a car seatbelt. You can take it off later in the flight though, and it is a little bit modular. There's kind of a separate buckle over here that you can unbuckle. So they give it as a normal seatbelt and just a sideways one. So these are the headphones. Let's give them a try and see how well noise cancellation works while the safety video starts to play. It's okay. So it doesn't do the full like clamp, but it does a good enough job of isolating. Not bad. I wonder if there is like active noise cancellation as well on it. But it's not even playing from out of here. Interesting. Not bad. Okay, so I'm actually weirdly excited for this flight now because there's a lot of movies that I've wanted to watch that are available. Deadpool and Wolverine, I haven't watched that one yet. Also Borderlands. Why did the screen stop again? Inside Out 2 is good, I already watched it. And also Watchers is on my list, so it kind of works out. I did end up pre-ordering the salmon, but let's take a look at the menu. So we are still taxiing, but once we get up, we're gonna start with some warm nuts. And then after that, you pretty much are going down either the Chinese or Western menus. Chinese menu is limited quantities, so you might want to actually prioritize that one if that's what you're looking for. Chinese menu is by the featured chef, and appetizers honey glazed smoked chicken and cucumber. Soup sounds really good, pumpkin and roasted garlic with mini wontons. Inside is button mushroom salad with black and white sesame seeds. Also mixed salad with walnuts and beetroot rice stir-fried green beans carrot with the braised beef cheeks. For the Western menu, it's poached shrimp, mushroom soup, mixed greens, sourdough roll. Before arrival, you have the choice of the quiche, banana bread French toast, or soup noodles with braised pork belly, napa cabbage, and carrots. A bunch of different wine choices, whether you want white, rosé, red, sparkling, or dessert. Otherwise, there's standard mix of other drinks, including Coke products, as well as apple juice and Starbucks coffee. There are 2 beers, Sweet Life 420 Extra Pale Ale, and a bunch of spirits, whether you want bourbon, rum, whiskey, vodka, or yeah, a lot of whiskey options actually. I might try the Glenfarclas 12 because I've never actually had that before, and it sounds interesting. we're about to take off, so see you up there. One of my favorite travel products is my own headphones, but also AirFly. So AirFly allows you to use your own headphones or any Bluetooth headphones and not be wired in. So this connects to the headphone jack. So plug in, turn it on, have it sync, and then pretty much the same thing with your headphones. It basically connects itself, so pretty nice. So it works as you expect, but the volume is a bit on the low end. Sometimes it's fine. This time it's actually too low to the point that I can't even really hear it. Like you can barely hear it. So I guess I have to go back to wired. Let's unbox the amenities kit. It's from Missoni and looks pretty nice. Missoni exclusively for Delta. We have an eye mask, pretty nice one too. Feels pretty good. Has a bit of a factory smell to it though. Delta socks, these feel pretty nice. Pen, earplugs, toothbrush, and Grown Alchemist. Some lip balm, and this is hand cream. Yeah, still impressed with the case. It looks beautiful, feels beautiful. Yeah, super premium. Overall, I'm a fan of it. It feels super premium and a lot nicer than the other previous ones. So we're up in the air and they came around with towels. Always amazed by how hot the towels are. Let's set up for meal service. Thought this was where the table was. It's actually the mirror and the remote control. Good to know. Meal in a movie. We're starting off with the nuts, and there's cashews, almonds, and pistachios. They're heated and they taste pretty good. Perfectly salted. You know, delicious. There's also pecans. Ended up getting a Diet Coke with Santa on it. Okay, foods here. Ended up getting 2 mushroom soups because Mandy said she wanted one and I figured I'd order it for her. She ordered her own as well, so now in total we have 3 mushroom soups. She has the Asian menu though, so she also has another soup as well. So I guess I have an extra mushroom soup, or I'll probably give it to Mandy. Let's give the mushroom soup a taste. So there are some cut chives on top of it and it smells really good. Looks pretty normal though, and yeah, pretty thick. I like that the flavors aren't too strong. Pretty tasty though. Yeah, very creamy, milky. I'm a fan. I also like that it's not too salty. I feel like a lot of other soups end up adding a little bit too much salt. Not the case here. Next up, let's try the cocktail shrimp. So there's not much flavor. It's kind of the blandest shrimp I've ever had. It's kind of weird. It's fine. It just kind of reminds me of like the Costco ones, the big containers that they work, but they're not the most exciting. The sauce and the lime are definitely helping. The R2 though, which is nice. Just a bit bland and the sauce is carrying the weight. Next up, let's try the salad. In retrospect, I probably shouldn't have poured all of it on. Feels like I have a bit too much olive oil. Pretty solid. It's olive oil and a bit of vinaigrette. But yeah, like that it's not too strong. I feel like sometimes if there is a lot of balsamic, then it gets a bit... Well, my fork's gone. I think my fork fell into my seat. Okay, yeah. What I was gonna say was that normally sometimes there's too much balsamic and it becomes a bit too acidic. Yeah, pretty good here. Hey, the fork's gone. That's definitely not coming back. I think I'm gonna just use my spoon to eat because I don't want to embarrass myself. I'm gonna try to get the fork later. Also, tomatoes are really good, super juicy. Last up for the appetizer is the bread. Butter is from Banner Butter, mini serve sea salt, and I love that it's actually kind of like melted a little bit. It's still cool, but at least it's spreadable. I feel like a lot of the times they give you a brick and you can't really do anything with it. Yeah, this is a good thing, good touch. Pretty solid bread too. So it's not the hard brick type, soft, kind of gooey. Yeah, really good bread. I feel like I've had better, of course, but for plain, it's solid. The butter's lightly salted and super spreadable and delicious. Let's dip a bit of this into the soup. That works too, but I feel like I like them separately. I'm gonna finish this off and see you at the main. I'm gonna try Mandy's item. That's pretty good, pretty authentic. Wow. Okay, let's try the salmon. So there's salmon, some white stuff on the side, some garnish, tomatoes, and looks like veggies. It did look a lot better before I started messing it up though. In terms of the cook, it does feel pretty stiff, so I'm gonna guess it's a bit dry and overdone. You can kind of see that over here too. I think that's the nature of it. It's really hard to get it perfect in the air. So it is overdone, but not as overdone as I thought it would be, so it's still pretty juicy. Like from a look of it initially, I thought it was totally bone dry, but it's like maybe a minute overdone, minute or two.
Mandy's offering me more food, and this is going to be the chicken. Doesn't look the best, but I have a feeling it's gonna taste great. That's pretty good. It's kind of like soy sauce chicken, a bit drier than I would like, but it's still pretty moist. Again, quite surprised that I think they did a pretty good job of everything. Flavor-wise, it's really good, and I feel like if you had it before, it kind of meets that standard. Like, you'll probably have better elsewhere, but it does a good enough job. Mandy, did you want me to eat both pieces? Yeah, it's pretty good. Very flavorful, that soy sauce flavor, but not overwhelming. And yeah, just delicious. Okay, back to the salmon. Sauce is also pretty good, like great flavors. I feel like if I had this on the ground and prepared it properly, it'd probably be like a 10 out of 10 or 9 out of 10. Right now though, I'd say it's a solid 7.5. Sauce is nice and creamy and works really well with it. I feel like it could have some other textures or like citrus notes or something to complement it, and it would do even better. Give me some rustic carrots have a crunch and maybe some zest to it, and I'd probably bump it up a point. Last up is dessert, and I ended up going with the ice cream sundae. I added cherries as well as cookie crumb. There also is chocolate and whipped cream, but I always find those two a bit too overwhelming and kind of outshines the ice cream for me and like overwhelms it. The ice cream is pretty hard and might need a few minutes to cool down. And so you bite it apart, it kind of reminds me of like astronaut ice cream, but not dehydrated. Pretty good. I like that it's not too sweet and some nice vanilla flavors. After meal service, they also did unlatch the doors. That means you get a bit more privacy. People can still see you from above though. I'm always a fan of sitting in the back. I feel like it's a nice view of the entire cabin. And yeah, pretty beautiful. So there is an emergency door release as well, where you pretty much push it down and step over it. Otherwise, it's going to be stowed and latched for taxi takeoff and landing. Mandy is right here, sleeping. Mandy, how's your sleep?
Yeah, pretty comfy. The mattress topper makes a big difference.
Maybe I'm alone here, but I really like brushing before sleeping, even if it's just a nap. Doubly so if it's after ice cream. I do need to be better about bringing a bottle of water though, since I don't think you're supposed to rinse with the airplane tap water. In case you're curious, the seat is 22.5 inches wide, and in bed mode, it's 80 inches long, so almost 2 feet wide and 6'8" for length. It does feel more like 6'2" though, since your body needs some breathing room. If you are planning to nap, I'd recommend setting up the mattress topper. It makes a world of difference. As someone that's wider, this is a pretty decent sleep for a business class product. Even if you have broad shoulders, you do have quite a bit of room. Yeah, not too bad at all, and the mattress topper definitely helps. So my head's not touching the top, and neither my feet, even if I point my feet. On top of me, I think there's about a fist of room. Okay. Maybe half a fist. About 2 flat hands worth of room, if that helps. But that's about 3 inches. Also, in case you're wondering, this is the view from down here. So you definitely can still see the TV, but I feel like if you are trying to do that, you probably want to be in a mid position. This is more like an actual bed. Normally my go-to is the lounger, which I might actually revert back to. There also are lights up there, so if you are sleeping rather than filming something like I'm doing right now, you probably want to turn those off. So Mandy currently has those off. I think I'm going to charge some stuff and then finish off this movie and probably take a nap during that time. Just got off from a nap and time for some snacks. So there is a snack cart towards the front and towards the back. Front one does have more items though, and the back only has 4 items while the front has 6 or 7. So lots of different options, and one of them is going to be a banana. I feel like just eating some fruit for whatever reason, so why not? Reminder that for most countries or most places you're going to, you can't bring fresh produce, so like don't take this with you, you actually have to eat it. Pretty normal banana, but it's good. Pretty good. I wouldn't mind some chili oil as well, but it works. Also pretty calorie efficient, only 290 calories. I feel like a lot of other instant noodles end up being about 500, or at least the ones we have at home. Also added a Diet Coke to go with the noodles. It's time for the mid-flight snack, which includes chocolate, and you have 2 other options. First one is a basil pesto pizza with mozzarella and cherry tomatoes. Option number 2 is what I got, is an oven-baked sesame pancake with preserved mustard and pork. It's pretty much a mini pork belly sandwich. It is pretty hot though, so be careful. Let's give it a taste. Okay, there's a lot of turbulence, so maybe I'll wait a second. Oh no, my tea. Oh no, my tea. Oh, let's give this a taste while we still can. Pretty good and pretty authentic. It's not healthy for you by any means, but it's delicious.
There also is a fruit bowl, so there are some oranges in here, pineapples, and pomegranates. So apparently they ended up over making the snack item, and they asked if we wanted the pizza, so Mandy and I are sharing one of them. She already ate her half, and I have my half to work on. In addition to it, there also is a salad that comes as part of it, with a Vivani blood orange dressing. Also another chocolate. The pizza itself is more, I would say, like kind of bread with stuff on it. I mean, I think mentally that's what a pizza is, but it's not what I would imagine when I think of a pizza. Yeah, it's okay. I would, just imagine a big piece of bread with cheese and tomatoes on it. It's fine. I probably wouldn't get it again. And I think the pork bun's a lot better. I'm still going to finish it though because I don't want to waste food. Okay, so we have about 45 minutes before landing and they're serving breakfast. There are 3 choices: an egg frittata, banana French toast with sausage, which is what I got, and the Asian option, which is noodles. One big disadvantage of sitting towards the back though is that you might run out of items, so they ran out of the noodles. Even though Mandy and I both wanted the noodles, you are kind of just out of luck in some cases. To get a coffee though, which isn't bad, and let's dive into the breakfast. First up is the croissant, pretty good and flaky. That's a good croissant. Next up is sausage and banana French toast. Plating wise, doesn't look the best. It's kind of a dark plate and everything's the same color, but let's do the taste. Pretty singular flavor, but pretty tasty. Let's try off the compote. The compote definitely balances out a lot more. I probably still wouldn't go for this. I'd probably still go for the noodles if I had a choice, but this is not as bad as I thought it would be. Or put another way, I'm not as disappointed as I was initially. Sausage. Pretty normal sausage, but it works. Has a little bit of a kick to it, which I really like. Yeah, otherwise tasty. Just kind of a salty umami bomb. Let's try Mandy's. Mandy's is probably a lot healthier, but I'm actually not a fan of it.
Yours tastes like a mouthful of sugar.
We're landing in 37 minutes, and I think I need to finish this in like 2 minutes because they're packing out. To be fair though, they just served it. It wasn't like I was dragging my feet. Looking at other people near me, they're kind of in the same stage of the meal. The banana bread's a bit too sweet. I don't think I can finish it. Good flavors, just a bit too much. Yogurt's okay.
Overall, this was a solid flight. Delta One Suites usually delivers a great product, but I was more impressed by the food selection. Most other non-Asian airlines, at least in my experience, don't really offer traditional style food. The fact that they let Chef Jerem Leung prepare actual Chinese dishes, letting him cook, is a big win in my book. If you're traveling together, the couple seats are a nice touch. If you're flying solo, the side suites are surprisingly roomy. If you don't want to pay out of pocket, I'd recommend waiting for a sale where you can often find Delta One Suites for under 100k miles. Again, if you want to learn about cards to get points or miles and you want to support the channel, we have links on the website asksebby.com and also down below in the description box. If you made it to this point, leave a fish emoji for my salmon in the comments down below and I'll try to heart it and respond. Out of curiosity, what do you think about the Seattle Centurion Lounge? Would you reposition for a business class flight or rather just fly economy? Also, what are your thoughts on this Delta One Suites flight? Let me know and everyone else know in the comments down below. Hit the like button, subscribe, but otherwise hope you liked it. See you on the road.